How's it going, you guys? This is Shane here at Mac Haik Toyota in League City. Today we'll be talking about the all-new 2025 4Runner here. With me today is going to be the TRD Off-Road in the hybrid configuration. So we're going to talk about some of those features. We're going to go into the engine, the new body style, some of the safety features, and just all what's new for 2025. So starting here with this one, once again, the TRD Off-Road, we're going to be in the hybrid configuration. So instead of going from the older V6 that we had in the last generation, we're moving to the new 2.4 liter 4-cylinder. And now with the hybrids, you're gonna be getting 326 horsepower and you're getting 465 foot-pounds of torque, whereas the gas models are gonna be getting 278 horsepower and 317 foot-pounds of torque. Now, a lot of people were kind of worried about the V6 all the way to the V4, but after driving it, playing around with it, I actually think it's a lot better in fuel economy and power. I think you guys will think the same. So with the new 4Runner, you're gonna be getting 9 trim levels here, starting from SR5, TRD Off-Road, TRD Sport, Premium Off-Road, Premium Sport, Limited, Platinum, the TRD Pro, everyone's favorite, and the all-new Trailhunter as well for 2025. You're gonna have a lot to choose from. Starting with the SR5 trim level, that's gonna be your best value, your bang for your buck model. You're not gonna get all the bells and whistles, but you are gonna get all the meat and potatoes that you would expect from a brand new 4Runner. Then from there, you're gonna have something like your TRD Off-Road, maybe your TRD Sport, a little bit more in the sportier, more enthusiast-tuned vehicles, whether you want some more flashy stuff like the hood scoop or wheels like you would in your TRD Sport, or you're a little bit more off-road and aggressive and you want more than just four-wheel drive, then I would recommend the TRD Off-Road. Of course, can't beat the king, the TRD Pro as always, and the all-new Trailhunter is just an even further step up with those more off-road enthusiasts. And then you have your new models like your Limited. It's been around for a little bit, but give you more luxury, more family-orientated, a little bit more comfort, and all new the Platinum as well. That's gonna be the king of the crop as far as luxury, and you can't beat that. So now while 9 trim levels is a lot, you're gonna have a lot of features that are all gonna kind of tie them together. So starting with maybe something like Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, you're gonna have things like your camera up front here. It's pretty much gonna be a standard, or maybe the radar here in the front. You're gonna have a whole bunch of safety features with the vehicle, as well as they're all gonna be sharing the same frame, and they are all gonna have that 2.4 liter V6, just either gas or hybrid. So now with Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, you're gonna have a whole lot to go with. So the first up is gonna be your dynamic radar cruise control. That has been so great when you're on the highway and you want your vehicle maybe slow down or speed up with the vehicle in front of you, just keep you a little bit safer and more convenient on the highway. You're gonna have your pre-collision detection system. If a person or a vehicle runs out in front of you in the middle of the road, the vehicle's gonna automatically apply those brakes for you in the event that you don't. Now, brand new for 2025, we are gonna have our proactive driving assist. Now, this is gonna be a little bit more of a corrective steering feature for lower speed scenarios. So maybe if you're, 4 to 5, maybe 6 miles per hour, your lower speed, there's a parked car on the side of the road, you just wanna actually kind of steer you out of the way a little bit in those situations there. So obviously the first thing you're gonna notice is gonna be the styling. Totally different, but still keeps all the same kind of features, the same heart that you'd expect out of a 4Runner. So we're gonna be sharing the same kind of lights here like you would see in the new Tacomas. You're gonna have your standard LED lighting. That's all there is these days. And then as well up top here, really cool is you're gonna have your camera built in with that safety system. So that 3.0 safety sense that we were talking about, it's gonna be using this camera up here, as well as in addition, you're gonna have your radar right here with this configuration, and then that's just when it's gonna keep you safe on the road. And while they did change a lot of things here on the 4Runner, they still kept a lot of the heart to it. Everything from what you'd expect out of a 4Runner, from the off-road performance, the capability, the styling. I mean, you'll see it still kind of got it all here. All the way from the aggressive front look and the grille, you're gonna have your recovery points right down here with this air dam, and then you're gonna have another recovery point in the rear as well. So let's move over to the side of the vehicle and we'll kind of talk about some more features you'll see throughout. So first off, you're gonna have your 18-inch full alloy wheels with the TRD Off-Road. Now these ones in particular are gonna be specially for the TRD Off-Road. You're gonna have some different designs for a Sport or an SR5 Limited and so on. You're also gonna have a fixed running board, side steps here for the off-road capabilities. Now when you move to something like a Limited, you want that luxury, you're gonna have the folding drop downs. And I've seen a couple of the SR5s that are gonna have the single step steel Predator tube steps there. Things like your exterior mirror turn signal, your blind spot monitoring, as well as smart key lock here. So you can just go ahead and tap with the key fob in your pocket. You can just tap up here, lock the doors, pull on it once, second time we'll open it up, all with the key fob right here in your pocket. So let's make our way over to the back. We'll talk about some more of the features back there. Now, starting off on the rear of the 4Runner here, you are gonna have a lot of what makes a 4Runner a 4Runner. So as we make our way down here, you're gonna see you're gonna have your trailer hitch, of course your hookups here, and then the full size spare. You can't have an off-road vehicle without that, so I'm glad that we're still keeping that along with the 4Runner. And then you are gonna have a nice sturdy recovery point right down here for all your off-road needs. Now, just like the front, you're gonna have your parking sensors front and rear on this TRD Off-Road here. You're gonna have that on everything else and above. Backup camera is gonna be a standard here. And of course, you can't forget the fan favorite, the unlock and lock, as well as the powered window. So you're gonna press down to unlock, press the top one to lock the vehicle all the way around, and then you can just hold down the buttons to raise or lower that window. Now we make our way in, you are gonna have the manual liftgate. If you move to something like a TRD Off-Road Premium, the TRD Sport Premium, Limited, Platinum, TRD Pro, those ones are going to have your manual versus just the standard hydraulics. And once again, this is a hybrid. So when you have that, your hybrid battery is gonna be back here. There will be a slight raise, whereas the gas models are gonna be a little bit lower. Also, the hybrids will not have the third row. If that's a big thing for you, if you're a family guy, you need that space when the grandparents come into town, I would definitely recommend going with the gas model because you can get that package for the third row. Underneath here, you're still gonna have nice convenient storage. You can fit fishing gear, camping gear, whatever you need, tools, all that stuff. You have that extra little cargo space hidden right here, as well as, of course, your auxiliary battery is gonna be in this compartment right here. Just pop out the plastic, you have access to that. You're gonna have your jack up top here. And then once again, if we sneak our way down here in this little compartment, that's where your bars are gonna be to get the wheels off. Now, of course, beautiful LED lighting here. You're gonna have your AC 120 volt charger, just as the old generation 4Runners have. But let's make our way around to the rest of the vehicle and look at some more of the interior features. Well, welcome in, you guys, to the brand new 2025 4Runner. This one is going to be our TRD Off-Road, and first initial thoughts is it definitely feels like a 4Runner. From the seating position, just the overall layout, aggressive shifter knobs here. I mean, it definitely screams 4Runner, but with a nice modern touch, as you can see here with our 8-inch display, audio, media, wireless Apple CarPlay, and wireless Android Auto screen there. So with the brand new 2025 4Runner, they definitely hit their mark adding in all the new tech. The last generation being out for so long, since I think 2011, 2012, they've definitely kind of come through with all the tech here on this one. So on this model, as well as other SR5s in the TRD Sport, you will get the standard 8-inch display, but we will move up to the 14-inch massive screen for your TRD Off-Road Premium, Sport Premium, Limited, and other higher end models. So on this one, once again, you are going to have the wireless Apple CarPlay Android Auto. Now, whenever you aren't equipped to those, you are just going to have your standard screen here. We are on the night mode right now. You have an auto where you can go from the bright white screen to the dark screen, depending on the lighting, just like your automatic headlights would. But right now, for today's purposes, we have it on the dark screen. Now you can kind of see just on your general settings here, you're gonna have your guest for your Toyota app where you can kind of access those features in your profile, as well as some monthly subscriptions that Toyota has to offer for you guys. You can see your personal info, your Bluetooth devices. That's how I got connected to the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto there, as well as other devices. I believe you can have up to, I think it's between 5 and 7 devices you can have hooked up at the same time. Now your general settings is just going to be some of your accessibility. You can change your time, your keyboard, your language, those kind of things. Relatively simple, as well as Wi-Fi connection. You can change your display settings, the brightness, once again, the light or the dark modes. The sound and media. Now this one is just going to have your standard sound system. If you move to a TRD Off-Road Premium or a Sport Premium, Limited, Platinum, once again, with a larger screen, you are going to get an upgraded sound system with that JBL audio. And if you've seen the Tacoma, it's going to have that push out button there. But right now we just have the standard filler speaker. So one of the first things we're gonna do for you guys whenever you purchase your brand new 4Runner is we'll get you set up on the new Toyota app. Now, with the Toyota app, you're gonna get a bunch of free trials. For example, you have stuff like Remote Connect, Service Connect, Wi-Fi Connect, Drive Connect, and then there may be another one I'm missing there too. And that's just gonna give you a whole lot of extra features with your vehicle from your cell phone, and it's super easy. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes to set up, and then from there you can play around. Now, Remote Connect is super cool. So for example, for this vehicle here in particular, while you can't start the vehicle from your key fob, if you have the Toyota app, you can just go ahead and press a button on your phone and start your car that way. Now, you also will have things like Service Connect and Safety Connect. Safety Connect, you'll take access of this button right up here, and basically it just connects you to a mobile emergency service center. So you can call for any kind of emergencies if you're in an accident, or if you need any kind of medical attention, you can press that button there. Also, if you get into a collision in one of these new Toyotas and you are unresponsive, Toyota with Safety Connect will actually reach out to you and they can send medical attention to your location in the event that something's gone wrong and you're not able to respond. Now with Service Connect, you are gonna have another 10-year free trial, just like the Safety Connect we just talked about. And what Service Connect is gonna do is it allows you to check the overall health of your vehicle from your phone. You can get recall notifications, or you can just get upcoming services for your vehicle. So super cool to have there. I love that they give you a 10-year free trial on the Service and the Safety Connect. That Remote Connect where you can start your vehicle from anywhere on your phone, you will get that for 1 year free trial. And then you're also going to have built-in navigation as well. Now they did do away with the built-in navigation that you would get on some of the other models of the 4Runner. However, if you want the built-in navigation, you can always go with the Drive Connect, which will give you that 24/7 access to a navigation. Now, that being said, if that's something you're not too interested in, I always recommend using the wireless Apple CarPlay Android Auto with Apple Maps, Google Maps, or even Waze as well. So this is where you would set up Drive Connect. That's gonna give you that built-in navigation, that 24/7 access to live navigation that you may be missing in your older models of 4Runner. Now, new for 2025, they did away with the standard built-in navigation and they offer the subscription instead. However, as you can see with set up through Apple CarPlay, you are gonna have access to your Apple Maps, your Google Maps, or even Waze as well. All of that is completely for free and wireless with the all new head unit here. So now also in your head unit, as we looked at the Drive Connect and a few other features, this is where you're gonna access your standard stereo. So you can connect once again with Spotify, Pandora, any kind of personal streaming app that you have. A lot of those are gonna be on here with that wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. But here is gonna be your standard. So your radio connections, you can do your tune, your AM and PM radios, Sirius XM, you will get a 3-month free trial on. And then of course, you know, you can just kind of save your favorites up top and press those just for ease of access. Now further down here, this will be your call center here, so you can save your contacts from your phone with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and just wireless hands-free calling is just super easy, as well as a couple buttons here on the steering wheel that make it easy to pick up calls and hang up and adjust the volume. So one of the cool features you're gonna have with the wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Toyota's new Auto Media sound unit there is if you go ahead and just press this button right here on the steering wheel, press it once, you're gonna get access to Toyota's AI Assistant. Now, another cool thing is as I'm connected here with my phone and I have Apple CarPlay, if you press and hold, you're gonna get access to Siri as well. So super cool that you can kind of play around with both of those and get a feel for it. And of course, you can do it hands-free as well. For example, hey Toyota. So as you can see there, you are gonna have access to Toyota's hands-free voice command with the AI Assistant. Now you can also use that as well from the steering wheel. You can just press it once and it'll pop right back on as well. All right, so working our way down here, the center console unit here, let's talk about some of the features on here. As I kind of already touched on before, they kind of kept the roots of the 4Runner by giving it nice, easy, big knobs to reach, so you can look forward at the road, drive, and turn these no problem and adjust all of your buttons there. Now, on the TRD Off-Road as well as the TRD Sport, that's where you're gonna start getting your heated seats options. And when you move to TRD Off-Road Premium, Sport Premium, your Limited, Platinum, and so on, you're also gonna get addition here on these block-offs of cooled seats as well. Heated steering wheels also going to come on this TRD Off-Road, as well as the Sport like we just talked about. That's going to come in with those heated seats. You're going to have your AC temperature here on this side, your fan speed on this side. You will start to get that dual climate control in the higher models if that is something you're definitely looking for. And then further down here, you're going to have some more temperature controls. So first off here, you're gonna have your front defroster, can't not have that. You're gonna have not only just your rear defroster, but also the side mirrors as well to kind of stop that fogging. Your mode's just super simple. It's just gonna be your where the AC comes out of, so you can have it just focused up top and below, and so on. Of course, your standard circulation button there, and your AC on or off controlled there. Now further down, you are gonna have your wireless phone charger here, as well as your fast chargers here in USB-C. So if you just want ease of access, just put your phone down right there, just have it charged. You can see notifications, or if you need to pick up your phone for whatever reason, it's just nice and easy to access there. And then also, if you just want to charge a little bit quicker, that's when you're gonna use those USB-C fast chargers there. Of course, once again, just like your big shifters, you're gonna have your nice heavy-duty shifter knob here. I love that they did that, still keeping it traditional with the 4Runner feel. Of course, just standard park, reverse, neutral, drive, as well as you can shift it over to the left and you'll get your different mode select in your sport mode. We shift up and down the gears. Now, over here, you're gonna have your emergency parking brake. Now, one thing I really love is when you shift it from park to drive, you're automatically gonna disable and engage your parking brake. Anytime you shift it to drive, parking brake comes off automatically, and then when you put it back in park, it'll come right back on. But if you wanna do it manually, you will have this button right here as long as your foot is on the brake. Now brake hold, or your drive-through button as I like to call it, super nice to have. We're starting to put on all of our vehicles right now, but it's gonna be, for example, if you're in a drive-through and every time you come to a complete stop, your vehicle is gonna hold onto those brakes for you, and then you take your foot right off the brake pedal and just sit in place, just tap the gas, it'll let go of the brakes, and you'll start rolling forward. So pretty much just eliminates that auto roll you would normally have if you're just chilling and drive and you're gonna start moving forward. Now for your off-road enthusiasts, you are gonna have your controls here with 4 low, 4 high, and 2 high, just like you would in your standard part-time 4-wheel drive variant vehicles here. Now you will start getting your different drive modes as well as your multi-terrain select. Those are more exclusives to your sport and your off-road models, where you're gonna have those different extra features such as eco, normal, and sport for the drive modes, or your mud and sand, rock and dirt, your snow modes for your multi-terrain select, as well as downhill crawl assist, tow modes. I mean, you pretty much have the full package, and especially with your TRD Off-Road, as well as I believe your TRD Pro and the Trailhunter are gonna have your rear locking electronically controlled differential. So moving over here to the steering wheel, the driver cockpit, as you will, you are gonna have some nice features. So first off, I just wanna say that you can adjust the wheel pretty easily. You just flip down a lever, you can raise it up, down, forward, backwards, wherever you need to get it, and just lock it right back in place. Now, pretty comfortable, still feels nice and truck-like, nice and tough. I love here how it's separated here on both sides of the wheel. On the left side, you're gonna have more of your phone commands, your volume. You can play around with these buttons to adjust your tachometer there, as well as on this side, it's gonna be more focused on your safety features, your cruise control features, and just some of that Toyota safety sense. So up here, you're gonna have your cruise control, you're gonna have your lane tracing assist. This is where you can kind of dial in that distance that we were talking about in the very beginning. Now your modes, whenever you press this, it kind of switches between your music modes. You can go from Amazon Music to Apple Music, Spotify, etc. It just kind of switches up some of those modes for you, as well as you can switch through your channels right here on the right. Now moving over to the left side, that's where you're gonna have all your phone commands as well as your volume. So your voice command that we talked about right there on the bottom, this will be your volume. So if you don't wanna reach all the way across, it's just a little easier for you to just press right here on the wheel. You can back out and kind of adjust your settings here. So you can see it's warning us a little bit that the doors are open. And then you can make your phone calls right here as well. Super simple, easy to use, on the road, on the go, just gotta love it. One thing I really do love is just the overall fit, finish, and feel. It feels very 4Runner. It still feels aggressive, from the big shift knob here to the big AC controls, super easy to use. It just feels old school, it feels rugged, it feels 4Runner. And just the convenience from something like maybe a purse holder right here for the passenger, just the convenient storage and all the doors. I mean, you got the 3 cup holders on both sides. You're gonna have a nice little basket right here for little wallets, phone, keys, that kind of stuff. You know, somewhere to put your phone where you can not only wirelessly charge it, but there's just so many well thought out features in the vehicle that I just absolutely love. So as you can see with the all new 2025 4Runner, it really does meet all expectations. From the body style to the features, the luxury to performance, it just keeps the heart of what a 4Runner should be and gives you so much more. So whether you're looking for a new one like this one here, or maybe you're still sold on the old models, just reach out here at Mac Haik Toyota. My name is Shane, and we'd be happy to help you guys out.